My sister-in-law struck me across the face at my own anniversary dinner because I served myself before she did. "You need to remember your place in this family," she said as my children watched in shock, and my husband kept his eyes fixed on his plate. For 11 years, I had endured insult after insult just to preserve the peace. That evening, peace finally became too costly. I gently set my fork aside, wiped my hands on the napkin I had carefully ironed that morning, and slapped her in return. Then I turned toward my husband. A man who stands by while his wife is publicly humiliated has no right to remain her husband. I took my 7-year-old daughter Nora by one hand, and my 5-year-old son Eli by the other. We walked out of the house I had mostly paid for, while his family remained speechless around my dining table. I drove directly to my parents' house. My mother opened the door, noticed the red imprint on my cheek, and drew us inside without asking a single question. For the first time in years, I slept without mentally preparing tomorrow's apology. My husband Daniel called over and over. When I finally answered 3 days later, he pleaded with me to return home. "My sister will apologize," he assured me. "The children need both of us together." "How many times did you stand there while they humiliated me and stayed silent?" I asked. His silence gave me all the answer I needed. I filed for divorce 11 days later. My attorney, Mara Collins, requested complete financial records. I expected disagreements over custody and the house. I never expected betrayal through theft. Over 4 years, Daniel had moved nearly $60,000 from our shared account to his sister, Vanessa, whose struggling catering business stayed alive through constant family bailouts. Most of the money in that account had come from my interior design income. He insisted the transfers were loans, even though not a single payment had ever been made back. Then Mara uncovered something even more disturbing. 18 months earlier, someone had submitted a quitclaim document attempting to transfer 10% of our home to Daniel's mother, Celeste. My signature appeared at the bottom. I had never signed it. A forensic examiner compared the document to my mortgage records and found inconsistent pressure, unnatural pen lifts, and carefully traced curves. The county recorder had already marked the filing for review and suspended it because the required verification never arrived. The transfer never went through, but the attempt had absolutely happened. The house had been purchased with my father's financial help. I had paid for every renovation myself. Daniel's family had mocked my income while secretly trying to claim it as their own. When confronted, Daniel admitted the hidden transfers but denied knowing anything about the forged deed. By then, I no longer cared which betrayal he believed was acceptable. The investigation revealed a troubling pattern. Years earlier, Celeste had tried a similar property transfer during a conflict with her late husband's sister. A former employee of Vanessa's catering company also produced inflated invoices, including one from my anniversary dinner. Without realizing it, I had paid extra money that Vanessa quietly redirected into her struggling business. The divorce moved faster than the criminal investigation. My calendars, text messages, and school records clearly showed that I had managed nearly every appointment, illness, parent meeting, and emergency involving our children. I was awarded primary custody. Daniel received structured visitation and was ordered to provide a full accounting of the missing money. At first, Nora blamed herself. One evening, she quietly asked whether serving herself before Aunt Vanessa had caused everything. I gently held her face in my hands. "This was never about food," I told her. "It was about someone needing other people to feel small. You did nothing wrong. Eli only wanted to know when he would have his own bedroom again." "You will," I promised him, "and it will be peaceful." Nora joined a soccer team. Eli filled his room with dinosaur toys, and little by little our lives became ordinary once more. I realized ordinary felt extraordinary when no one demanded fear as the cost of peace. Within a year, Vanessa's catering company collapsed. Daniel agreed to repay the diverted money through installments rather than risk a much longer fraud case. Celeste's claim disappeared from the county records, restoring full ownership of the house to me. The district attorney continued reviewing the forgery at a slow pace, exactly as Mara had predicted. 2 years after that dinner, Daniel asked to meet before the divorce became official. He looked completely worn out. "I should have chosen you every single time," he admitted. "I am sorry. Once, those words might have saved our marriage. Now they only confirmed exactly why it had ended." "I believe you regret losing me," I replied. "That is very different from protecting me, when I still belonged beside you." The divorce became final on a gray Tuesday. I walked out holding Nora's and Eli's hands, just as I had 2 years earlier. This time, I was not running away. I was finally going home. My business partner hosted dinner that weekend. The table was full, the chairs didn't match, and everyone laughed louder than necessary. Without giving it any thought, I served myself first. No one said a word. My mother met my eyes and smiled. At last, I understood that belonging is never earned by accepting humiliation. Love does not require silence, and family never gives anyone ownership over your dignity. For years, I had waited at the edge of someone else's table, hoping for scraps of respect. Now I sat proudly at the head of my own.